analysis too. I remember when I was finishing business school, all of Nigeria had 200,000 telephone lines. 200,000 telephone lines. That was less telephone lines than Microsoft had on its campus at the time. And then the GSM revolution kicked. And we went from 200,000 to 80 million in 10 years. Do you know how long it took London to get to 80 million phone lines? They never did. They don't even have that. It took them about 100 years to roll out 40 million copper to homes. In 100 years, because we were not to make the copper. I mean, today we have wireless. So we could leapfrog, and the same thing is going to happen with e-commerce. There's a chance for us to just leave everything that is old and reach for everything that is new. If we are bold enough, if we are brave enough. At Congo, I think we are brave enough. In China, there's this day called Singles Day. Singles Day is the 11th of November, 1111. And that is the day when all the e-commerce retailers come together and say, we're going to drop prices and we're going to just sell today. Congo is doing something similar this Friday called the Yakata sale. I don't know if you guys are following it, but it's kind of all over the place. And we're going to just drop prices. On that day, Alibaba, alone as an e-commerce company, well, the giant of China, shipped 78 million packages in one day. $6 billion of merchandise, fridges, combs, toys, all kinds of things moved around in one day. That is close to $1 trillion one day. This is what happens on that day. This is one logistics company on Singles Day. Because everybody is shipping. Sellers are shipping and sellers are buying. So you are selling and buying. You understand that these e-commerce systems are like telecommunications networks. You plug into them, you're a seller and you're buying. That's what these systems are. And that's what Conga is looking to do. What are the things that you need as you try to create from these systems? The first thing above everything else is creativity. And this is where, if I have affection for you, as much as I do for you young people, if I'm going to have affection for you and tell you that I love you, which I do, I think you people are amazing people, considering how much this country has beat you down and you just keep coming back, then I have to tell you the truth. The first thing you people have to do is, irrespective of what's going on in the country, you have to hang on to your creativity. When I listen to your music, when I see what's happening in Nollywood, when I see what you people are producing, I am in awe. When I was your age, you were listening to Belle Biv DeVoe and Bobby Brown. You people don't even like to listen to foreign music anymore. You are creating content. My wife is Senegalese. I'm a Pan-Africanist. I believe we're all Africans. So I want to marry Senegalese. And one day we were walking down the road of Dakar, my wife and I, one cool evening. We are going to visit my in-laws. And I looked on the ground and there was a bag of Dangote, empty bag of Dangote cement, and P-Square was playing on the radio. That is Nigeria today. And that is being driven by the hopes and dreams of people. Creativity, the ability to do something original, the ability to do it because you love it, the ability to do it knowing that even if you fail, it is okay because you have learned. It is so core to your future success and happiness that you find what you want to do and tap into it and not sell that out for anybody. The wealthiest man in Nigeria, in Africa today, doesn't have one single oil block. Aliko Dangote. Everybody's running towards oil, right? He goes up and sells cement. Follow your own road. You have to be able to find models that have not been done. And you know what? You're going to hear people tell you it's not possible. Some of those people will be your friends. Some of those people will be your relatives. They'll tell you this thing that you're thinking about doing is sin. You are mad. It won't work. Some of them will tell you out of love. Some of them will tell you because they are haters. You can never do this thing. But if you believe deeply in something, you go for it. And that's what's Jeremy Conga so far. The second thing you have to do is invest in your people, invest in yourself, invest in your team. You have to be willing to make the big bets in people, to be able to teach people and show them intellectual generosity. So at Conga, we are training each other constantly. One of the biggest challenges that we have right now is a lack of engineering talent in Nigeria. And frankly, I think that's one of those problems I don't think Menga can solve or I can solve. Honestly, we're looking to you people. We are not sure what we are going to do. There are 80 million of you under the age of 21. 80 million. Are we really going to rely on the federal educational system to educate all of you? It can't work. There must be new models for education. There must be new models of training people up. The companies themselves must train people. You see what I'm saying? Let's go on. The other things that you need to do that we find a bit difficult to do here is to develop processes and systems to run some of our businesses. When Conga was 8 people, it's very different from now where we're 330 people in the space of 1 year. How do you make sure 330 people are rowing in the same direction? Processes and systems. Some of the businesses that I've seen some of our young people go into are often those that don't require this. People like to tell some of us, oh, you are the Messiah, and you find, no. If I want to flatter myself at most, I think our generation, we're John the Baptist. We're waiting for you people, and we have to tell you people the truth. The intellectual laziness of not wanting to open an Excel sheet and do your Excel files, or just do the work that is needed to succeed, will not get us anywhere. There is nothing I love more as an individual than for you to tell me, okay, success is in Ibadan, but you have to walk to Ibadan. Okay, no problem, let's walk. If I know the road and I know the journey, I'm ready to go. The only thing I don't like is when I can't see the road. But if you tell me success is in Abuja, tell me it's in Algeria. You know what? Tell me it's in Spain. So we can walk a bit. We walk and we go. So I'm calling on you people, you have to exert yourself. Guys, young Nigerians, the future of this country, there is no shortcut. There is no easy road. And because of this drunkenness, this intoxication that this God-forsaken oil has put this country into, this crude oil that we're also drunk on, we all think that there's a shortcut. Everybody wants to make $1 billion yesterday. It doesn't work. There is no such thing. We know the plants of the forest. The banana plant grows very quickly, Abby. The palm tree takes years. Wind comes and blows, which one falls down? It's a law of nature. It's a natural law. There are no shortcuts. You have to be willing to walk and pound. It's natural law. Just disabuse yourself of that notion. Second, final thing is you need capital, funding, to be able to make what you want happen. This part is hard. This part is very hard. But it's only impossible if you are thinking short term. The first business that I was fortunate enough to be involved in and start that was successful, the funding for that came entirely out of my pocket. And that was because for a year, I basically told myself, no consumption. No consumption. I literally didn't even have DSTV in my house. I could afford it. I probably had a bit more money in the bank than many of my friends. But I remember for that year, 2005, 2006, I told myself, I have not consumed every surplus couple is going to stay in the bank. And then at the end of this year, 1 year period, I'll open the piggy bank and look at it, and then we'll decide what we're going to do. The same thing I wouldn't get myself, I'm not comparing myself to this man, I'm not that arrogant, but the same thing with Dangote. Everything you see today, and that man is only just getting started with us, trust me. Everything you see today, $20 billion of net worth, started with 500,000 naira loan from an uncle. You know what that equates to? That is like somebody giving you 1 naira and you return 350,000 naira. So capital is not the limiting factor. Even that, going back to plants, even yam, head of the yam, the tuber of yam that you cut and put in your store without soil, if you have an idea, it grows. As young as this notion of harvest time, I must plant this rainy season, and in 12 months, I must reap and eat everything. There is power in patience and thinking long term. You won't believe how much power there is from just being able to deny yourself for some time. Especially if you start now. There's a lot of power in it. So money is not the solution. The final one that I think is very difficult for you guys because you are watching music videos and Entourage and all these shows, everybody seems to have a Bentley today. Everybody has a private jet. It's a lie. Even some of those people you see in the music videos, they are going to go and change diapers for their children. There is too much emphasis in this country on conspicuous consumption. I'm a fan of consumption. If God affords it to you, you make enough money, tell your family, let's go to Cape Town. Let's go and have fun. I believe that consumption should be internally driven. Things that feed your spirit, feed your soul. There's a sickness in our society, and that sickness is somebody will have 85K in the bank, but you'll be driving a car of 16M. And the car is not insured. So if he bashes the car or it's stolen, it's gone. Upside down thinking. You have to disabuse yourself. The longer you can deny yourself pleasure, the better you will do in this world. It's like fasting. Fasting has benefits. When you deny yourself, in fact, anything, it has benefits. You have to be able to just say, this is not for me right now. We have to move away from this culture. You people have to become ambassadors, as Benga is pushing for you to be, as this talk is trying to push you to be. To say, no, it doesn't have to be so. It's not about consumption. And that's why, you know, we run warehouses in Conga. Big warehouses. Right now we have a very large warehouse. And before we found that warehouse, I looked for that warehouse for about 2 or 3 months. 2 or 3 months of looking for that warehouse. And in that time, I realized that half of our warehouses in Ilipoli, which is our warehouse district in Lagos, was Apapa, that's our sort of warehouse district. Lagos was well planned. About half of our warehouses have been converted to party venue. How does that make sense? How do you drive past gutters, sewage, and dirt, and then you enter into somewhere and the place is not painted, but when you enter inside, it's beautiful. And it looks like the Queen of England's palace inside. But outside, it looks like something else. You must change all of that. This is this notion of consumption. Unhealthy consumption that is driving very ill behavior in our country. It's what's driving the kidnapping, it's what's driving a lot of this sick behavior. The other day I was in Ikoyi, and in front of me was a Rolls Royce to that side and Bentley to this side. So, what's going on in the midst of such poverty? If you're going to succeed, deny yourself. There is no other way. There is no other way. If you want to consume, consume, but just know it's a road to perdition. It's no problem, but be honest with yourself about what you are doing. But I can tell you the way Nigeria is going right now, what I know is about to happen here, I'm not a foolish optimist, I'm a realist. I know that this country is about to witness an explosion of economic growth, the likes of which human beings have not seen before. Once they turn this electricity on, every 1 naira you have is going to be 10 naira in 1 year. So it's up to you. You can go and pop champagne with 1 naira, or you can invest. But this place is about to explode, and it will be to your benefit to have capital. So, what are we doing to support all of this? Congress building a marketplace. For the past 3 months, we have been testing this idea of a platform that young people can buy things, come back, sell on the platform, deliver anywhere in Nigeria. And I'm very happy to tell you it's been going very well, much better than we could have thought. We've made a lot of mistakes in the process, but now we understand how it's going to work. Over the next 2 or 3 months, you're going to see us release a revolutionary solution that would allow you, as a young person, to call your brother or call your sister, somebody's traveling to gather, whether it's Itazi or Caesar, to find something that you want to sell, and come back and SMS you and say, you sold something, or take it to this place and ship it. And don't pay for shipping. Sounds good, doesn't it? So, we are working on that right now, and I'll be the happiest person in the world when we announce this, when we release it in January. I think it's going to change Nigeria. And that is our intention at the end of the day. Nobody this them, I don't know if dreams are bigger than others, but I'll tell you this, for me, it's not about how much money you make, because the belly of a man has never been filled by money. Not about how much money. It's not about how much people shout and call your name. All that matters, that I hope people subscribe to, is that when you spend your 80, 90, 100 years in this world and you go, you leave it in bold. Tolu was here. That's all that matters. Thank you very much.
Short and sharp. All right. I haven't announced questions yet, please. And you're not allowed to ask a question. I'm just kidding. Don't look back. All right. We'll take a few questions, and I'll ask Cindy to please stay with me here. I want to take all the hands at once. We learned from the last session. Nobody raises their hand, and then when they raise their hand, 10 hands go up. So how many of you have questions? We'll take all the hands. Okay, now. Okay, so I'm going to start from there, and we're counting. There's nobody there. If you're there, let me know if I missed you. So that's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. We took 9 the last time, and it took a while. Okay, you're number 10. Now, I can't promise that Sim can answer all the 10 questions, but we will go as far as we can, and then from there, we'll break for lunch, and can you please have lunch with us? All right, we'll start from number 1. We'll see how far we can go. You've got a mic. If I didn't point to you, please don't raise your hand. Please press the hands again, the people I call, not those that are interested, those that I call. Okay, okay, so let's start with the gentleman, and then we'll come back here. Let's start with him, and then we'll come back here. Don't forget, 30 seconds, short, sharp. Sorry, can you come out and use this? Just come very quickly and use this.
Alright, so what I was saying that first, I love the advertisement. Also, the fact that you came out here to like this because it's about professional. That's what you to company. So, okay. Besides that, I want to know how do you source for your information? How do you source for what you guys sell on the sites? And how do you source for the stuff you guys sell on the site? And then do you patronize? Thank you.
So the question is, how do we source for goods on our site, and then do we patronize our content? So basically, when we started, we didn't even This thing is like an engine. It's like any other engine. You know, engines, when you start them, they start slowly and then they start getting faster and faster and faster. That's just what Conga and every other thing is like. In the beginning, when we get an order for a phone or for a piece of makeup, we run to a supplier, pick it up, bring it back to the warehouse, pack it, ship it. But you see what starts to happen after some time, and that's why, I believe you should just start. My colleagues ask me, oh, how do you just start? And then when you start, it's like turning on a light in the middle of the savannah, in the darkness. Termites start coming, right? Because what starts to happen is after about 2 or 3 months of selling, the data starts to come. So we can actually, sitting here today as Conga, I can do what Gain can do. I can tell you how many Samsung Galaxy S3s we are going to sell tomorrow. Do you understand? Because I can see the data. I didn't know what I'm telling you now when we started. But after some time, you start to see the data, then you know that, okay, instead of running back to pick every S3, tomorrow we're going to sell 13, right? Okay, go and buy 13 and keep them in the warehouse. So we work a lot with various suppliers across Nigeria. The suppliers that excite me the most are people like David Wedge, who is a young Nigerian designer. You see them selling. I mean, he's selling. My relationship with him is private, so I can't tell you his numbers, but I can tell you he's selling. There are Nigerians that are creating brands right now that are selling on Conga. Some of them are taking African prints, Ankara, Blisco, Daviva, and doing interesting things with them and selling. Some of them are just trading. So for me, I don't think Conga's work would have finished if we're just trading. Our work is to first of all import, sell. Then if we're successful, we'll get local Nigerians to manufacture locally. That is the final goal prize. Because this whole import dependence thing doesn't work.
Great. Number 2, let's test the mic now. If it works, then you can ask questions from where they are.
Thank you very much, sir. How can I be a retailer to consumers? How can I be a part of retail to consumers?
How can you be part of retail to consumers? Frankly, I think your best bet to start today is online. And I'm not speaking selfishly. You say you have an agenda, but I'm telling you what I've seen in other markets. For you to build the technology that we built is possible. It's not that we have a monopoly of that. For you to pull the traffic that we pull is possible. We don't have a monopoly of that. But I would advise you to find something unique and bring it to Conga. People don't really understand the implications of this thing here. Before you buy something from Dubai, you bring it, you put it in the boot of your car, and you go house to house, door to door, cousin to cousin, brother to brother, I go buy this. They don't say, okay, I'll take it, but come back and collect the money next week. Now you owes you money. But now you can come to an independent party like Conga and give them that stuff. And then they can sell for you categories that are very exciting: clothing, homeware. I think there are huge opportunities in homeware in Nigeria. If you want to buy a lampshade to put on your desk, do you know there's nowhere you can buy a lampshade in Ikoyi or PI for less than 18, 19, 20K? And yet you can find those things to buy in China for 450 naira. Let's say you ship it here and the shipping doubles the cost. That's how much? 900 naira. So let's say you bought 1,000 of them, 900K. And let's say you didn't sell half got bumped. It's still 450K. Sorry, it's still 450K you spend. Then what are you going to do? Basically, you sell that at 10 times. You're still making a profit. There are so many opportunities to trade right now in Nigeria. And I think homeware, clothing is a very big category.
Great. Number 3.
You talked about processes. When you're looking for that's how to use how to that's the challenges we face. Understanding logistics, booking, insurance, and stuff. When you were you mentioned something like investment. A situation where the people are not
Okay, so Emotion was a billboard business. You know, billboard is like real estate. It's a very simple business. Well, relatively simple. It did well. It became profitable. It's running. And then at some point, I had to come into the business because we wanted to go large. Very big. I felt like the money we were making would not be enough for us to make us go very big very quickly. So I brought some investors in, some Swedish investors. They never had cause to doubt that the dollar was missing, ever. Everything was always paid on time. All the accounts were always done on time. When we're ready to do audits, I don't go and bring my brother's company to audit the company. Don't pick PwC or KPMG or Deloitte or somebody come and audit. And we grew so close and we had such a relationship that when I said I wanted to start Conga, I basically told them some of these shares in this business. Take these shares, some of them. And that money that it's like a bank to me. Instead of paying me that cash, put it in Conga as my share in the business. To be honest with you, I'm very cash poor. My poor wife, every time I have excess cash, I just end up putting it back into another business. So I don't have a lot of cash at any time. So I traded shares in what was successful to bet on something else.
Okay, so Sim, I'm going to build on this question because I think it's really critical to, particularly for the category we have here.
Yeah.
Think back to when you were a student.
Yeah.
So how would you as a student raise your first cash?
Yeah.
How would you, I don't know what the average size would be these days for businesses, but I remember, the trade that we were going to do in Ife in those days was going to cost us about 37,000 naira.
Yes.
And it was a big
Yes.
I don't know what it would be now. Can anyone give us an idea? What would you need average to start a business on campus today? 10,000? 100K? 100K?
To start a business.
100K or more? More. Okay, so how do you as a student from my kind of background, you guys want to hear the story? How do you raise your first 100K
Yes.
to run a business on campus?
Okay, so if I were you today and I was going to raise 100K, frankly, I would go to family and friends and my own savings. I will hustle and I will go to family and friends. But this is what I mean, there's no shortcuts. I was talking about my investors and treating your investors well. For goodness sake, treat your parents well. Treat your uncles and your aunties well. Do you know why? Because if you've just been a miscreant and a general pain behind, the day you need that 100K, who's going to give it to you? But if you're that person that, it's not about getting a first class or a 2-1, but everybody knows that when this guy wants to do something, he does it to the maximum. You will find that the trust will exist in your inner circle to raise that money. So be good to people, and I think you should go to family and friends and yourself. I'm not going to lie to you and say you should go to a venture capitalist or an angel investor or a bank. The reality of Nigeria today is that it doesn't work. You have to be able to raise money from your own circle of people, which just basically means that you will start slow. You have to be willing to start slow. So your profit for your first month may be 7K5. That's fine. The next month, 10K. The next month, 15. The next, 45. The next, it compounds, right? Compounds over time. So I think family and friends and your own personal saving.
Okay, great. So I think two things come together there. Earlier you talked about saving and not spending what you don't have.
Yes.
And also now trying to get money from people around you.
Yes.
So guys, make sure that you have rich friends. Just kidding. Just kidding. All right. Are you? No. We're not going to. We're not giving me a break protocol. Go ahead. Sorry, guys. So what if they don't believe in you? Okay. All right.
I was going to say then they shouldn't be your friends, but no, I mean, I think This thing is commerce. There must be, if the one of 100K is not possible, start with the one that is 10K.
Absolutely.
There is a point at which you have to be able to start. Right? And this is who we are as Nigerians. Whether you're a doctor or a physicist, we're people of commerce. You have to start somewhere. So I will just say, then you scale down. You know, there's no reason, that's one of those, there's no correct answer to that question. Yeah, you just have to start where you can. But I will tell you something. What I will tell you is that when I started Emotion, there were friends of mine that had much more money to start, much more than me. And some of them I didn't ask, some I asked, some said no, some said yes, some said no, some said yes, I stopped taking the call. And that's fine. But you just have to start. And then as you go, you see that one thing will lead to another, and lead to another, and lead to another.
Great.
How do you handle the competition?
What kind of car do you drive?
I drive a Kia, and keep it easy first. And how do I deal with competition? I mean, honestly, my focus is my customers. Every single major innovation we've had in Conga has been from listening to customers. And that's how we end up building up. Competition is a reality for us, especially the kind of competition we faced when we launched. It's a story not many people know. There's no way we could compete. I'm not crossed. You understand? And so, an investment. Conga is my life. My children are going to eat in the warehouse this Christmas. If I have it, if you talk to me, my daughter will walk down, and she won't walk in an office, but she will walk in the house first. I am building this thing to last long. I'm not building it to some sell. You understand? So, I mean, that's how, you have to kind of just keep your mind on your competition, on your
One, and your time comes from now. In 20 seconds, I cut you off.
Effort that you make in terms of mentoring the young people who want to play job, but not understand many people become part of business or venture, but grow as an individual, not so that you play and what do you advise other people who are already established and who want to encourage us.
You see, you almost lost the second question.
Okay, no, that's fine. So, what role are we playing to mentor young people? Wow. So we've got 230 staff members in Conga. They are my family. And those are people, they mentor me, I mentor them. And there are a few people in there, like one very particular young guy, Babajide Aroyon, who I call my Abu, very young guy. Even though I'm the CEO, and we spend a lot of time together, as if I will tell you. I think these mentor-mentee relationships cannot be contrived. I'm always very uncomfortable when I get an email, somebody says, I want you to be my mentor. I don't know what to do with that sort of thing. But I'll tell you, I assure you that as an individual, as a company, there are people I have relationships with. I don't believe charity and generosity should be spoken about in public. Whatever you do, just do it and you don't have to talk about it. But it's our responsibility as a society, I think for everybody, yes, to have several people attached. Somebody mentored before, right? And that person never asked for anything, and I don't think we asked them to be our mentor. Right, so I think that's kind of how those things work. Those relationships are built on trust, and I hope I answered your question.
Yes, there's the question about that. Don't worry. About there's actually a question sent by Ibrahim about that in particular. So he says a trader wants to start a business with Conga. Why that's not what we're talking about? Okay. But we'll come back to it. Okay, we can't hear you.
University of Akure.
Wants to buy Conga shares.
You want to buy shares? Wow.
Levels.
The cost of wow. Yeah, I don't know if my investors would like that. The shares are not mine to sell anymore. I have one friend, one of my mentors actually, who I chased around when we were starting Conga, say, look, come and invest. I won't call his name. Come and invest. Where is it? Quite a wealthy Nigeria. Come and invest. He said, come to London, come and present to me in London. I'll use my money, get on the plane, go to London. I think go and present, invest. And he was judging me like this till we finally raised money from foreigners, from foreign entities, which speaks to some of the problems in this country. Because there are people that have the money here that could have invested. But then when we finished the investment and then the business took off, we came back and said, okay, now I'm ready to invest. I want to buy shares at the old price, which won't happen. But basically, it's a private company. It's locked up. Maybe when we go public.
I was just about to ask.
Yeah.
Alright.
Oh yeah, I like the ideas like that. Come and talk to me. Talk to me afterwards.
Thank you, sir. To partly answer my question, what I want to ask is the price of gadgets according to you, how you guys can pay to see. And when you guys contact the home delivery, because I've been involved in selling gadgets a few times, and you probably place an order for the gadgets, you probably get it, and she tells you, I'm sorry, I think my money. You guys have such issues.
Yeah.
And how do you tackle it?
How do you tackle it? So, yeah, we have returns for sure. Our return rates are not that high, they're actually lower than for the rest of the world, surprisingly. Nigeria actually has lower e-commerce return rates than other parts of the world. So it's bound to happen. Like many things are bound to happen, like theft and retail is bound to happen. And these are just conditions that you have to work into your income statement. That these many items will be returned. So if I'm saying that the cost of shipping to Zaria is 1,000 naira, that's the real cost of shipping to Zaria is 1,000 naira. And I know 30% of the items are going to be returned. Then the shipping cost that I charge to every customer has to go to one thing. In other words, the customers who have successful delivery subsidize the ones that return. You have to do your math. And then is that the question?
Yes, it was about returns. How do you deal with return issues?
Falling prices. I mean, I think So how you deal with that is that there are some categories of products. Every category is like phones, computers, different categories, depending if you decide to be a retailer, you can focus on one particular category. Every category has different characteristics. Some fall quickly, some have high profit margin, some are prone to theft, some nobody will steal them. Like if you're selling Bibles, nobody will steal. You know, so the different of the different categories drive what you. If you are selling phones and the price is not to hold a lot of stock, always hold what you can sell within the period that you are comfortable. The price will be stable.
Okay, great. Okay, very good questions.
A question is that you talked about the very pleasure of investing. Now, apart from the stock market, start your own business, what are other ways we can, as students, we can invest in? Because when we talk about investing, people now funds that require large capital and funds. So, with a little money, like 100K, 50K, how do we invest? I will get zero returns for it.
So I think that if you are a student and you have that kind of capital, what I would do, and I may be wrong, and this is just a cookie-cutter answer, the real answer may be different, is I would look to do commerce on campus. I would stand in the student union square or whatever and just watch what people are buying and consuming. And if it's the new PlayStation 4, I will send money to my brother abroad, buy me one. And you send it down and you sell it to make profit. I would limit, because you're students and you have to study, and then your sphere of influence is very limited, I would start on campus. Campus is a very good way to start life. It's very controlled. And if you're somebody that's trustworthy, people can trust you and do commerce with you very readily. Do you know how many great businesses were started on campuses? Actually, more often than not, great businesses are started on campuses. So I would say you start on campus, you start trading something that people. I know one guy, a friend of mine, who today owns warehouses in Aba, like you will not believe. And his first bit of capital came from selling clothing in University of Benin. Just trading. He started 25 years ago. That would be my advice. Or come to Congo.
Good luck.
Question. How do I talk about competition? This balance. Because they are going to do it. That actually more
Question.
What I want to see now, we are talking about retailers, dealing with retailers. We are talking about selling to people, but as if when you do one that, I don't need the people that are buying. Someone is acting like the middleman.
Yeah.
So what is the guarantee that you are buying to somebody? You don't know the person you are buying to. You know it's a retailer, one more. And what's the insurance? If the group doesn't get missing, how will you be able to meet the person that you intended to buy? You don't know the store you are buying from, and you know that you are buying from the mall.
Yeah.
It's not like you don't know.
Okay, so how do you, if something goes wrong, how do you fix that?
Okay, so let me just sell Conga Marketplace a little bit so that you people understand the experience we're trying to deliver to you guys next year. You are a seller, you have your BlackBerry or your computer. You receive an order that you have sold a microphone. Please print this PDF document, this waybill. You know what a waybill is? It's that document they give you UPS or DHL that you fill. Print it, attach it to the microphone, and take it to DHL. Don't pay anything. Do you understand? So you take that and you give it to DHL. Now Conga has already talked to DHL. We have insured your microphone. So we take 10% of the value of the microphone. 10%. I don't care what you're saying. Inside of that 10%, we have insured that microphone. We pay for the shipping. You see what I'm saying? So the only thing that will happen is either that your microphone gets returned and you don't pay for the returns, or you get your cash. There will be no story about, oh, it's missing or whatever. Now, on the buyer side, the buyer receives the microphone and says, oh, Conga, this microphone is fake. You understand? Or it didn't work and I want my money back. So we have not paid you yet. We let that person evaluate it and tell us first. They didn't receive it, or it's missing, or it's not what I expected, before we pay you. Do you understand? But this thing has to work like a machine for it to work well. And that is where the difficulty comes. It sounds very simple, but underneath what I just described is
A lot of logic.
yeah, it's a lot of logistics and work.
Second to the last.
You know, I let him do it about and it's like a master experience. I remember the great example that we when I know that you come abroad, get experience, get exposure, then you come back to Nigeria to start. And that was what we also going to about that is special exposure. When you start the business.
Okay, so I think what I'm going to make 2 points, and I want you to take them very importantly as face value. The first point is that when I graduated from Harvard, I was just telling the story at another place I was before I came here. My father flew from Jos to come to the graduation with my mother. And after the graduation, my dad called me aside. He's a very strict man. He's the kind of guy that even if you are president of America, he's not impressed. So he put me to a corner and he said, "Oh, you graduated from Harvard. Well done, you have bought yourself a nice pair of sneakers. But if you don't walk out, and if you don't run, the man that is barefoot will pass you on the road." And that's what those things are. And then the second point I want to make, some of the strongest people we had at Conga, the strongest people went to Ife, went to Nsukka. Some of them, as a matter of fact, some of them, 1 or 2 of them, did not even go to university. And I don't hold it against you. I have at least 2 people that I interviewed last year, and they came and said, "Sir, first thing I'm going to tell you is simple. I don't have a degree. I didn't graduate." I asked, "Why didn't you graduate?" The educational system was frustrating me. I'm not saying anybody should drop out of school.
They know not to.
No.
Their parents will
No.
deal with that.
But we still give those people a chance. I don't hold that against you. And then I find that those people are also very strong. These things, okay, who is the wealthiest man in Nigeria? Who is after him? Okay, after him is Mike Adeluga. Who is after him? Jim Obia. After him, did any of them go to Harvard? It doesn't really count. The guy in Chocolate City, what's his name? Don Jazzy. Did they go to Harvard? I think sometimes actually some of those things can make you even start believing your own, Yes.
Finally.
My name is Laura. How do you deal with payments? No payments on you.
Yes.
How do you do it?
Oh, that's a good question. Very thoughtful question. So when we started, about 95% of our payments were cash on delivery. Just cash. We went to the banks and we told the banks, "Give us POS machines. Give us POS machines." So banks said, "Why should I give you a POS machine?" So we sent the bank guy out to go and get cash. 95% cash. 5% of people were prepaying online. Are you following me? Today, we call the bank, I won't call their name, because they're all running up and down now. And say, "We need 100 POS machines." And in 3 days, they'll come and they drop them. This one is CBLA, this one is GSM, this one is Best in Badagry, this one is UCTS. What we've seen as Conga is that 95% has dropped to 65%. So this is what I mean. Sometimes you just start. Many of the walls that we see in life are not real. When you just put your hand, you find that the thing is just form. I think Nigeria is going to become an electronics payment-driven economy. It's going to happen. It's already happening. It's happening very fast. The other thing you see at Conga is the first time you purchase on Conga, you are 80% likely to use cash on delivery. By the time you get to your fourth or fifth purchase, you are willing to prepay and use your card or make a bank deposit. So sometimes things change and the challenges you see in the beginning are not what you think. Thank you very much.
Wow.
Okay, this is the part where I ask, please don't go, say this thing with me, Mario, this woman. You know, one of the interesting discussions I had with a friend, one of the interesting discussions I had with a friend a few days ago on Twitter was about public speaking and how some people have to be paid to speak and all that. And I said that, honestly, some of the people who had the biggest impact in my life are people I didn't pay to listen to, but I had the chance to listen to them. We just want to say a very, huge thank you to you, because you have no idea how many young people in this audience today have taken, there's some of the things you said that you think, I just said them. But somebody is going to take them and run with them, and in how many years, guys?
5 years.
In 5 years, you're going to attend a conference all the way in Australia, probably chair a session, and then they'll read someone's profile, and the person will finish speaking and walk up to you and say, or during a speech, you say, oh, by the way, I'm sure Mario Simdo can't remember who I am, but November 26, 2013, I sat in the audience at Lagos City Learning Center, and you said one thing, and it hit me, and I went back to school, and I began to see my classmates as a market. Okay, we can't pay them, okay? I know Simdo's guys are looking at me now, and Simdo tries to look like he's a humble person. He drives what did he say, drove again? A Nape or a Kia or something like that. I've known him since 2001, don't worry. He's a humble person. We can't afford to pay him. I can't afford to pay Mario, okay? He's taking a week off. Thankfully, it's Thanksgiving weekend now, but guess what? The 3 days even of work, he's taking that time off to come spend time with us. We can't pay him, okay? And I'm particularly impressed when we have people from the academic community join us. And I'm not saying thank you to you, Matt, because I just want to sound like I'm saying thank you to everyone, but because I think Nigeria's next oil will be our campuses. And I've explained. We made a mistake with oil, we eat oil and we relax. I think our campuses are students who will find themselves, in spite of the rot, who will find themselves and begin to generate revenue, which will in turn create a bigger pie for Nigeria and Nigerians. And that will not happen if the academic community remains the way it is right. I mean, I don't need to tell you the stories of ASU on strike and all that, but every time we see people from the academic community come here, we say thank you to them because, like we say, the meeting between town and gown will define, because you've got 1.5 million people writing exams to get to university every year. Fine, 33% of them get into school, but if Nigeria is able to turn that 500,000 every year into smart workers, not cram, pass, forget people. Year 1, year 2, final year, cram, pass, forget. Today is not a day for story, we've got 3 days. But to say thank you to you, very small thank you. Can I have the team bring? It's a very small thank you, but we want you to have this somewhere in your office so that when you see this, you remember that this is dangerous. You will have to stay with me and hold them. Let's not break them from now. Okay, I'm going to start with the representative of Dr. Abdulaziz Abioye Lawal. Thanks for adding value as a 10th 2013 speaker. We know you represented him, but you did that, and we say a huge thank you. And we trust. You know how Obama was given the Nobel Peace Prize? And I'm sure part of the reason was because they know if the American president will want you to be peaceful. So we're giving you this in advance, trusting that your relationship with your students will not just be lecturer-student relationship, but it will be mentor, investor, partner relationship, such that in the next few years, every graduate of Lasco Tech would not go on the streets looking for where to be employed, but they will be employing their classmates, and who knows, maybe a few of the lecturers before they leave school. It's not a bad idea to employ your lecturers, right? It's actually very close. Okay, this is to Mario Vash. I learned that pronunciation earlier today. It looks like Valley or Valley, but you know, now I know the correct pronunciation. Thanks, Mario. Met you just July last year, and we talked about coming to Nigeria. And usually, you know, we talk about someone who came around last year to get kidnap insurance, and then the conversation changed. But no, seriously, and I don't blame them, really. I mean, if you're watching the news and someone has invited you to Nigeria, and then you see what happens in Bono, or what happened, someone kidnapped in Enugu, and someone is telling you come to a conference in Nigeria, and then the people who, you know, sold your ticket tell you you need to kidnap insurance. If it were me, I probably wouldn't even also come. So we don't blame them. But thank you for coming all the way, and also for making us understand. At times when you're alone, you think, oh my God, I'm suffering. But you showed us a picture of Mexico. You know, today, is that the correct pronunciation? Mexico. Yeah, Mexico. Okay, you showed us a picture today, and I'm sure a lot of people in the room are thinking to themselves that, you know what, we're not alone in this. And if you didn't give an excuse, not only working with EA, not only being an angel investor, but also a mentor of businesses in Mexico itself and in the US, if you didn't give excuses, then there's no one in this room who has an excuse. Thank you, Mike. Thank you. As you can see, it's in the order of speaking, and I'm not sure if that's deliberate, but it's fine. You know, this feels good, actually. Is this how the Oscar is like? You hold it, you feel better than those who are getting the plaques. You know, same. I can't say the thank you enough. You are an example. You are a role model. And I'm not saying that because I want you to feel good. I know you feel good enough already. But I think something you said today, and I'll tell you very clearly, and I'll say this while the students are here. One of the reasons we really wanted you to come today is because you're not one of those people who achieve success and throw it in people's faces by bragging and saying, none of you can make it, but I'm made, so get lost. And we've got a lot of those guys around. But you care enough to let people know that you were somewhere, now you're here, and the journey is still very long. We wish you all the best with the huge opportunity in e-commerce. You told us not to consume a lot, but we will keep, unfortunately, we'll keep consuming through Konga. But seriously, for spending the time with us today and for literally depositing seeds of change in the lives of the students and of course in everyone else, we say huge thank you. All right, guys, can we put our hands together for them once more as they go table? Thank you. Obrigado. Merci beaucoup. Gracias. Gracias. I almost said nakupenda. But that definitely does not mean thank you. If you like, tell it to your friends who speak Swahili. All right, we'll break for lunch now. Can we please keep lunch under 45 minutes? And by that I mean when we break for lunch, please go for lunch. I know some people said they were hungry earlier, but when you break for lunch, that's the time you remember, oh, that guy, no, Yan, okay, you know, Alpha, blah, blah. Please, Alpha is at the end. Now, please go for lunch so that we'll be back here at 3:05. And when we're at 3:05, we will be hitting the ground running. We have one of the tech ops in Nigeria that will be with us, and they will share experiences from those who have failed and those who have succeeded in their ops. You don't want to miss that session. And I know that after lunch is usually when people worship other gods, you know. Okay? Please don't combine everything. Eat light so that when you come back you won't doze off. Enjoy your meal and please be back here at 3:10.